Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Hustle Castle. As you can see, we are going a little bit old school. We have no video on screen today. A couple reasons for that. One, I was trying to do a quick and dirty video, but I was having all kinds of sound problems, so it's turning out not to be quick and dirty. Two, I was going to try to do some dungeons. I've been trying to get live streams going on my emulator and on the computer, and also trying to get some dungeons going, and it's just not been working well the last couple nights. I think it was 2 nights ago I tried to do a dungeon on the emulator, and it took me 40 minutes to get through one dungeon run. It was extremely painful. I felt really bad for the guy I went in with. It was just a random partner. We ended up getting through, I think we did 100%. I had to do a bunch of revives. It was not good. It was painful. So it looks like we're not going to be able to do dungeon runs right now with the emulator. Contemplating, and I have an old computer, and just upgrading some of the components inside to some of the latest and greatest, and see if I can't get that working to get a different setup going on a different computer that will be much better, like a multi-core system going. I think that will solve some of these problems I'm running into, and a better video card. So that's in the future. That's certainly not going to be anytime soon. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. So the goal was going to be trying to do dungeon runs this way, but it turns out there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover here, and I'm going to try not to make it a hugely long video. So if there's time, we will cover dungeons, but I did want to cover some of the upcoming changes. There's going to be a downtime coming tonight. So we got maintenance here, closing at 7:20 a.m. GMT, which for me is a little less than 2 hours, I think. And I did the latest upgrade to the game, and this is what's in it. So let's go ahead and cover this really quick. Dear lords and ladies, we are tirelessly keep improving Hustle Castle and make it even better. The update introduces a fewer changes than usual, but they are extremely useful. And that is, for me personally, a massive understatement. You've been asking for these new features for a long time, so we decided to implement them now without waiting for a major update. So, what are those major changes? The big one is, this is one I've been looking for a long time, and I've been mentioning it multiple times, but the game introduces a new feature for mass disassembling of items. We'll go ahead and take a look at that in a little bit. This will be most useful for players who are overflowing warehouses, that would be me, clearing a warehouse of unnecessary and outdated items that never been so easy and convenient. So we're going to go ahead and test that out, because they put out this announcement on Discord and on Facebook, and of course, as always, the Android store updated first, and it came out, and then iOS came out, I think it was last night or the night before, and with it came this message here. So this is fairly similar to what was online. So if you don't see this message yet, that means you need to update your client, and then you'll get this, and you'll also get some of the features here. And some of the features are not going live yet, but I think with this maintenance that's coming tonight, they will go live after that. So the mass breakdown is there. Like I said, we'll take a look at that in a moment. But also, we have improved the interface and mechanics for sets. When you create a set item, an animation will play to help you see what the resulting item's power, which is good, because right now you just have a different power. You don't know what changed or why it changed or how it changed, unless you go back and look at like images and screenshots if you happen to do that. Okay, the description of the set item you have created will show its minimum and maximum stats. This will also help you assess items' power. I think that's because, again, before you do it, it says you can either get, starting here all the way up to here. So I guess after you create it, it'll say it was, here's the minimum, here's the maximum, here's what you got. So you know how it was, rather than having to, again, go back to look at screenshots and stuff. That'll certainly be helpful. When you create new set items, their abilities are no longer fixed. They are now greater and can vary based on items' overall power. I don't know what that means exactly. When you create a set item, the ability values are no longer fixed. Ability items. So I guess when I try to upgrade my angel wand right now, it says it'll be 2.2 instead of 2. So I guess it would maybe be, between 2.2 and 2.4 maybe. And the chances of getting more powerful set items have been significantly increased. Because right now, for those who tried to get, something, like I've got a couple of them that was really low, I guess that's going to be significantly increased. And from what I understand, they're going to go back and retrofit whatever those percentages are. I guess they're going to apply them across the board to everybody. So if you happen to get like a 10% increase, I'm just going to make up a number. I think 50 was the minimum, but whatever, like a 10%. you're going to kind of re-roll and say your chances actually would have been 75%. So you get the 75, whatever. And they're supposed to retrofit those. So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of what my squad power is, and we'll see what it is when I log in the morning and see if my power went up. So I have, before we get into, all right, let's stay on the news. Let's continue talking about what we were talking about. So if I go ahead and look at my inventory here, the new change here is down at the bottom. You see on the bottom right of my essence down there. As you can see, I have a bunch of essence. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. You got the two little cards and then a trash can. So this is the new disassembling abilities. So right now it's kind of like just mass select is the more usable way to go. So if I decide, I want to get rid of all my common materials. So as you can see, I have, if I click on the disassemble button, 190. So I got 190 common items in my inventory. I'm not going to get rid of all these yet because I need to go through because a lot of these are not fighters. So you got your workers and everything in there. So I think I don't need these, but I need to go back and make sure I got everybody maxed out with all of their abilities before I go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go back real quick. We'll go back in again. So you also, if I go on the quick adds down here, so I go on the left, that's your fighters. So if you go left there and then you go to weapons, weapons. So now if I say green, so now this will give me all my uncommon, what's supposed to be weapons? Oh, weapons and armor. That's what it is. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we can go back. We can go again. There's no way to clear without going back that I found. So here you got your workers, so we can go common here. So now we get only workers. So we can get rid of that, which is highly useful. Instead of having to scroll all the way down to the bottom, get all your worker stuff. 987 common worker items. That is ridiculous. All right, let's go try again. And this right one here is souls. So you can go just specific to souls. So as you can see, I got a ton of souls I need to get rid of too. Again, I'm not going to do those right now. So there's been a couple people I saw complaining online with like big, massive complaints, like saying somewhat significantly inappropriate comments about developers and stuff, and like how horrible the decision was to make some of these changes. Because if I go here, if I scroll down to the bottom, say I want to add this one to my list. You know what? That wasn't even a problem. This person's saying, yeah, okay. Let's go all the way down here. It takes you back to the top every time. So add. So now, yeah, we're back at the top again. So it's not convenient, especially if you're trying to spot check certain things. And this is the first evolution of this new functionality. It's highly useful, highly useful, especially for people like me who haven't been doing any cleaning. Is there room for improvement? Sure, of course there is, but not to the point of you completely smash the developers and call them names that are highly inappropriate, saying it's complete waste, blah 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 blah. That's going way too far. It is highly useful. It just has room for improvement. So in the next version that comes out, there's things that can be done for sure. So anyway, I'm a big fan. Let's go ahead and get rid of a couple of these things since I don't even know yet. I haven't spent a whole lot of time looking at my inventory. Things have been a little bit on the nutty side of life lately. I haven't had a lot of time for things. Let's go ahead and take our fighters, and we're going to get rid of our uncommon fighters. I'm not going to keep any of these. I'm probably not going to keep any of my rares either. So I can go ahead and get rid of 306. You know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of our rares too, because I'm not going to use those either. 1,019 items. And I got a ton of epics, and I'm going to be getting rid of most of those too, but probably not right now. So all of these items I have to go through and do one by one. I can just mass select. I'm going to get 713 and 306 shards. Done. Just like that. It's all clean. So much better. I mean, so much better. So look at this. This is a ridiculous. I've been crafting 3 times epics for a long time now. So I got, let's take a look. How many epics do I have in my 421 epics in my entire inventory? So that's enough to break all those down and make 42 legendary items. Not bad. Certainly need those for crafting these sets. So, by the way, I just threw 2 people. I have people not doing anything, so I just threw them in there to start training up to level 36. Never going to use them, but they weren't doing anything, so I just got them in there training. So anyway, yeah, of course, there's room for improvement, but highly, highly useful to be able to do all that. So now you can see all I have is just souls down there, and I'll have to probably go review all those and probably trash everything that's uncommon there as well. And then I can start going through. I mean, look at that. That's just ridiculous. A lot of stuff, but I think some of the places only got like 2 people in there, so I don't want to be getting rid of everything. I want to make sure at least I have 6 complete sets in each area of the best. just in case I ever need to go back in and start crafting stuff. So I'm not going to just mass get rid of stuff. But anyway, that's the mass destruction item. Good improvement, slightly improvable in the future for sure, but it's certainly good. So what have I been doing? I've been doing a lot here, there, and everywhere. One big item is I have my hero over 1 million. I've been going in and let's go to dungeon real quick. I had my dungeon ether over 400,000, and I went and I've been leveling my hero the way I've been leveling them, specifically picking items that are going directly towards the power that I'm looking for. So, my archer's doing damage, maybe dodge, but maybe crit, certainly going for damage. My tank doing more tank, and my mage is getting more spell power, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on. I got over 1 million with that. One of these days we'll go ahead and start looking at some of these. It's not really all that relevant at the moment because I'm still fairly weak compared to the entire world for that matter. But, we hit a big milestone. We finally hit 1 million for our hero. Still running the totem at 5. I've been going up against some people in fights lately that are running some different things, and they're causing me some troubles. The fiery totem's not so bad. The Ankh in general is not too bad. This one, Book of Wind, I've gotten against some like 8s and 9s, and those guys are tough to beat. They're causing me some trouble. This one, of course, is, but I haven't seen a super high one lately. People don't seem to be running that one quite as much. I guess that's it. The Mask of Quiet also, I've seen a really high one of those, and that was a little bit difficult too. So certainly getting some different things out there. I have gone through dungeons a couple times. Like I said, we're going to try to, I don't know, this video's going on for a while already. I might just wait for the next one. Been going through and getting some dungeons, so I'm not quite as scared of them as I used to be. And I've been picking randoms usually and blasting through it fairly quickly. I was able to do one today. I was at work and fairly busy, so I probably shouldn't have accepted it. But one of the viewers, Jumpin' Jade, sent out a request. So I jumped in and we did a dungeon together, and we got 100 out of it, which was good. So in the future, hopefully I'll be doing a lot more dungeoning. I'm going to show it here. And then, maybe some of the people that have power close to mine, we can go ahead and go in together. The goal, obviously, is I need to get dungeon materials. So that's one of the things I've been doing. I've been going in, keeping my gold down low, and I've been gemming people up. So I got Evan, he's getting more and more powerful every day. He's up to 1.5 million. One, because he's got, come on, there we go. We got this rune going, and I got it runed up. Not rune, this artifact going, it's runed up, and it's causing a lot of damage. It's been highly useful. That was the new rune we just got. And, he's got a four set, so he's out there doing a lot of damage. And I've been putting him I've been upgrading all of his rares to epics. And some of these epics are actually maxed out as well. So, look at, we got five damages and a crit. And this one is 4 damages and 2 health. Here we got dodges and a crit, and it's dodge. So he's got a lot of good slots on a lot of his material. This one I don't really know if this is the soul I want, but obviously we're going for a 6 set on here. So with 4, we're doing 25% chance of doing an additional 45,000 damage. Plus, once in a while, fires a powerful shot, most distant, and deals 175,000 damage. So Evan's been one of my workhorses, and it's been huge. But once we can get up to 6, then we get the 30% chance of doing 75,000 damage, and they blind the enemy for 6 seconds. That's huge. And a blinded enemy has 80% chance of missing. Very good. And then once in a while, does a 300,000 damage shot, stuns for 4.5 seconds, and at the start of each battle, throws 2 grenades at random enemies, doing 100,000 damage and silencing them for 9 seconds. And then once in a while throws a smaller grenade, dealing 45,000 damage, silence for 4.5 seconds. And that's just off the charts sick. So obviously I'm going for that. So I'm trying to get that set going. I need materials to do that, as we're going to look at in a moment. Leah, I've been changing her outfit over and over, and now we're up to this one. And Leah is now up to a 2-item set here. This is one I've been wanting to get. I've heard this whole set is pretty OP, so I've been trying to get it, but it's unfortunately, I don't have the materials here either, so I haven't been able to get that one going. But we got 2 there. This is one of the next ones I'm thinking about doing. I got a bunch of materials crafted, but I'm leery about starting to power up my mages. I'm just afraid that's going to add power that's not going to be quite as useful. So I've been on the fence about doing them. So holding off for a moment on all of them. And my goal is to get rid of all these greens and blues gems. So maybe we'll do some of that today. I got 211 items there on the right to open up, and a lot of those are gem bays. I got a ton of stuff to do, a ton of gems to get, and we can start putting those in too. This guy, I gave him that armor. That one I like, but that one's kind of ugly. So we'll be switching that one of these days. Here's Maddie. She's a beast. She's got a three set going on here. Power's getting way up, so if we can get one more for her, again, we don't have the materials to do that, so she's dealing 5,000 damage around herself for every second. Excuse me. Go up to the next level, we start doing 9,000 every second, and that's her dealing 120,000 damage, charges the weapon, and does a bunch of extra damage. People ask me, and I'm sure I've mentioned this many times, but people ask me all the time, it's like, what should I do for my squad? What setup should I use? And I always say, make sure you have a tank up front. Don't worry about damage for the tank. The tank doesn't have to do damage. The tank just needs to live while everybody else does damage. Especially in the lower levels, that's key, and that's huge. But for her, she's got this ruined axe, which does ridiculous damage occasionally. Plus, having this 22% chance of stunning, which is helping. This one here is doing splash damage. Plus, she's got this stuff going on, which is doing more damage, with the set going. So, she actually is, second or third in damage, occasionally first, quite often. So, getting her more damage is not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, that's where we're at there. And here's the materials. So, like I said, this is the one. I got 2 of these going right now, but I went through all my orange materials, so I got to get those. But here, I can only craft 2 of these. I was actually going to do one of those before I turn the game off so people don't steal all my mithril. The Bastion set, no, this one. Paladin. Paladin is, I don't know if I'm ever going to get this going. This might be my 7th fighter, maybe my 8th fighter. Pretty huge. If you get a 6 set, I fought a guy like this, and I couldn't beat them because what they do is, where is it? Maybe this isn't the one. Once in a while, when the fighter's health, that's not it. Once in a while, when an enemy uses stun, removes the effect. Yeah, once in a while, when an enemy uses stun, removes the effect of stun from all allies and makes them immune to stun for 3 seconds. A huge part of my game is stunning and not scaring, whatever it is when you make them run around scared. That's a huge part of my offense. And people that have this going in there, they're really tough to beat, so I try to avoid them at all costs. So that is certainly a good one to get. Nowhere for me in the near future, but this shadow set I started doing, but I just didn't love the results of it, so I stopped. But obviously I can build a bunch of those. I can get 10 essences there. So that's in the future for sure. This is Evan's outfit right here. He's got 6 more, so we're 1 away from crafting another one. But I don't have the materials here to do anymore. Here is Leah, I think her name was. I finally got a little bit. I can craft 2 more, but that's 2's not really going to help me. So waiting on more materials. And this is the one I crafted a ton of these. Like I said, this is the Angel Wand I was getting ready to do. I'm just not sure if I want to do that. I'm going to wait for the next update to go live, which, like I said, should go tomorrow morning. So it'll be interesting to see what this is, and if it's useful, maybe I'll do it. But I just don't know, because right now it just gives an extra 1/10 of a second of stunning, and the 35 for 7 seconds lasts for 6.8. It actually lasts for less. Oh no, it goes up by 0.2 seconds. That just doesn't really seem worth, because that'll make my power go up quite a bit, and I mean it's going to start fighting tougher people, and I don't know if all of that extra power on my team is going to help me be more powerful, which is the underlying theme I have in all of my videos of, make sure you level to your strength. So yeah, that one kind of scares me. I think it's going to hurt me to do that one. Speaking of strength, so we're up to 6.5. I'm going to screenshot that one. We're up to 6.528. Again, I'm expecting that number to go up based on what I read about the release. That number should go up some. So our strength is getting way more powerful, and I'm beating some really good people. I beat somebody at 9.4 million. I don't think it's probably here anymore. Let's go look at the replays real quick. Where's it tell me? There we go. Power. That guy beat me. It's not a normal thing that I beat 9.4 million. So it's, look at that. That guy was in an arena, 727. That was funny. Oh yeah, I did a bunch of arenas. So they won't be in here. I came very close in the PvP area to beating a 9.4 million guy. Plus he was at his castle, and he just had a sliver of health left, and I died. Didn't win that one. So yeah, that's not here. So I can't really do it. I think I showed the replay here, but it was a while ago. So Pepper keeps fighting me in the clan duels. He keeps fighting with 7. He's got way more power than me, but I beat him. So his squad setup is struggling. We've been trying to work on it and trying to get him stronger. It's just not really working. There we go, 9.4. Let's see this replay and see if this works. So this was a 9.4 million. This was in an arena, and I had to fight this guy because there was a guy with 10 million. There's a guy with 9. This guy 9.4 million. And there was 4 people above 10 million. Maybe it was 5 people, kind of the 10 million guy. 2 at 7 million, 1 at 5. So I fought a 10 million guy. I fought a 9 million guy. I fought 2 7 million guys, and I fought a 5.9 million. And the only one I lost to was the 10 million. So it was pretty good. Can't watch it. Well, that's a bummer. I guess it's too old. But anyway, it wasn't barely winning. It was pretty significant, but at the same time, it wasn't just a walkover. But at the same time, they're 3 million power more than me, and I was able to beat them. So that's always exciting to see. And another part of my offense when I'm fighting in the arenas, part of my strategy is people see my power. Because relative to everybody else, I'm pretty weak. They see me up there and they attack me and they lose. That's certainly a big part of my strategy when I'm fighting. Well, this was kind of just talking about lots of stuff. I've been getting a lot of ideas from you guys about videos to cover, and I've been writing them down. So I'm going to start doing that probably starting on the next video, because I'm going to start a series of leveling and strategies and answering some of the questions that you guys have, and I'll probably post them in a different spot on the site, just so people can go and reference them and share them as needed, if needed, for quote unquote proper leveling, proper strategizing, and stuff like that. And those will be themes that'll go across Zero City, American Dad, and Hustle Castle as well. So while we're in between events, hopefully we got a little bit of extended time. The events have been coming fairly quickly lately, and it's been kind of hard keeping up. I should have went and jumped in an arena while we were doing this, except there's not enough time to go. Yeah, so it's I know what else I was going to do. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cover some of those, to get some guides out there. So let's go ahead to get some content in here. I'm not going to do these right now, but as you can see, I got 211 items to open. I was thinking about seeing where I start and going and opening up every gem bay chest and every tournament chest. But we'll say that for another video. I have the 116,000 badges. Obviously, there's some good stuff here. This one, not that one. I don't want that one. This one I was thinking about getting here. Upon dying, restores. That's not what I was going to get. What was I going to get? Huh. I guess I'm thinking of a different game. I think in Zero City I was going to buy this. All right, well, scratch that. I'm waiting for a lot of the top guys have the reanimate on death soul for the archers. I have one of those. I want to get one more, and I'll buy that one when it comes in for sure. Portal's closed. Can't look at that. The portal rework's gonna be coming soon. There's this release now. I guess probably maybe in a month from now that'll be ready to go. But what I wanted to do was dungeon djembe. Nope. Oh, I can't do it. Oh man. All right, I was going to go ahead and go to the store here and open up 16 chests to get a bunch of, you know what, let's just do it. All right, I'll let you guys know what's coming for the rest of the video, so if this is something that interests you, you can go ahead and tune out. I'm not going to cover, not going to be doing any future announcements other than this, and we'll just wrap it up and get ready for the next one. So if you guys aren't interested in djembe and not interested in me opening a bunch of the chest Kraken tokens with 4 Kraken tokens, and I'm going to be getting 10 to 15 different epic gems once I finish this, so we can get to the store. So if that's not something that interests you, thanks for watching, and let me know again in the comments. You guys have been getting some good ideas. I just haven't been sharing them or turning them into videos yet, but I certainly will. So if you got ideas for videos that you want me to cover, or if there's things that you see that I'm saying wrong or hear that I'm saying wrong, whatever, drop a note in the comments. Help out others. Let's see if we can't get this comment section to go and be like a little mini community. There's obviously a lot of bigger ones. Facebook's got a pretty big community. A lot of complaining there. Discord, somebody asked a question, like, can you cover how to do Discord? If that's something you guys are interested, I can get a URL and post it in the description of this video. It's Prime Hustle, I think it's called. And, it's a lot of people. It actually started as just a group, I think, a clan. They had their own Discord, and it kind of grew and grew and grew. And now it's just this huge, thriving community with, a lot of different channels covering a lot of different topics. And there's a lot of high-level strategy talking going on in there. So if that's something that interests you, and if you're not already a member, let me know, and I can post in the description how you can join. But a lot of the stuff I cover here, I've been so busy lately, I've had a hard time following it. I get from there, some from Facebook occasionally, and just other places I hear here and there. So yeah, so if that's something you want, but my goal is to continue to monitor that kind of stuff and then share the information here. So but feel free, if I miss something, throw something in the comments, share it with everybody else, and keep the line of communications open here so we can keep everybody up to date, figure out the best way to improve. So all right, we're gonna finish this djembe here. So far, no spells. We're depends on the time. I can usually get to 10 to 12 without. Occasionally there's like level 9 and 10. It just like kicks my butt and I need to do it. But I haven't needed to spend a whole lot of purple goo lately. I can get through four djembes a day and go through maybe like 12 spells or so. Like this one I'll probably just go ahead and just do, because this guy's getting me here. Don't want to get down too low for no reason. I got plenty of purple goo. Don't need to take any chances here. So yeah, these are. I got my strength back up to where it should be again, where these are getting a bit easier. I think I've done it a couple times without using any spells, and occasionally I try to say, oh, maybe I can do it this time, and then I end up hurting myself big time where I can't even finish it because I got a little too greedy, and there's really no reason for it. So I use them fairly liberally. All right, so we finished that. Another 15 out of 15. Much better now that they went 15 instead of 20, so each time you can get through it slightly quicker. All right, so let's go ahead. We're not going to open up any of those chests right now. They're going to take too long. Maybe we'll have a video opening those up. I'll post that before doing it, so people don't tune in expecting something else. All right, so each one of those is 11,000, so we can get 15. Let's go ahead and start. Make sure there's nothing new in here. Legendary gem. For those that are wondering, don't ever get that chest on the bottom because you get a bunch of trash. Scroll of success. I don't need those yet, but here that's also worth buying. But this really is the only thing that's worth it. So I am hoping for crits. I'm hoping for damage. Damage is the first one I'm looking for. Dodge and crits are highly useful as well. Some health, not quite as critical. Some armor, not quite as critical. Spell power is also what I'm looking for. So one crit, that's a good one. And armor, it's okay. Might end up using that just to make a gold crit. Good, we'll take it. Oops, just trying to click too fast. Oh, damage. Damage is number one. That is the number one.